Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Hannah, and we are here with Mann Lake's Beekeeping Buzz for the Central region for the month of November.
Yes, and in November your bees are going to be getting ready for the winter. So you do not want to open up the beehive unless it's absolutely necessary. This is when the bees are forming their cluster around the queen, and you don't want to break that heat seal.
But you do want to make sure that your bees will have enough food to get them through the winter. So your bees, they are going to need about 60 to 80 pounds of feed to be able to make it through the winter. A good way to check that, since you don't want to go into your hive unless necessary, is to just come over and pick up the hive. If it feels like it's about 60 to 80 pounds, you're good to go. You don't really have any other reasons you will need to get into your hive for the rest of the winter season. If it is feeling a little on the light side, you might want to put a fondant patty in there or some of our Pro Winter patties. That will help them to have the feed they need for the winter. If you are going to need to put some feed into the hive, you're going to want to open the hive up on a day when the temperature is above 50 degrees, and you do not want to use any kinds of liquid feed in the hive through the winter.
Yes.
Because whenever those temperatures start reaching below 50 degrees, that feed is just not going to be a good option for them to be able to eat.
Another thing you want to look for is moisture control. You want to make sure that the moisture is staying out of your hive. You do want ventilation though. So what you can do with that, you can either use a moisture board, which we have right here. You can also use the moisture board with a hot box. This is already pre-filled. It's got a screen in it and everything. And then you're going to take off the telescoping cover. You're going to take off the inner cover. Get rid of the inner cover for the winter. You're going to put your hot box back on. You'll put these strips underneath the hot box, so there'll be airflow between the top box and your hot box. Then you're going to put your moisture board on top of that, and this allows air to flow through the hive so that they can get the air that they need but no moisture.
And another thing you are going to want to do going into the winter is make sure that you do have your entrance reducer on your hive down here, as well as your mouse guard in front of that entrance reducer to keep any pests from getting into the hive. Unfortunately, during the winter months, those rodents will be looking for a warm place to live, and the
Yes.
hive is a good option for that. So that mouse guard will keep them from getting in there.
So that's it for today's Bee Buzz. If you want more tips that you can follow, you can either get with us online. We have plenty of blogs online that talks about our winter beekeeping. We also have Bella, our bot, that you can actually chat with online on our website.
And we have actually a whole group on Facebook dedicated to any types of questions that you may have about beekeeping. It's a Mann Lake Beekeeping community on Facebook. We have people who work here who will be able to answer any questions you have, as well as just other customers that may have run into the same things that you have, and we'll have some answers for questions that you have. I know sometimes it is just good to have a face to go with the answer that you're getting.
All right, Hannah, do we have anything else? We're good?
Not that I can think of, I think.
All right. Well, thank you, and we will see you next time on Beekeepers Buzz.
Thank you.